But in London has been a busy day, a busy Saturday for Chelsea. 2 exclusive news, 2 here we go for Chelsea. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, we touch on Olmo, Nico Williams, but also 2 signings for Chelsea, something to follow for Arsenal. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, let me start today's video by mentioning English clubs, London clubs, because it's important to start with Arsenal and Chelsea. First of all, is finally Riccardo Calafiori time for Arsenal. The player is in London. Everything is okay between the two clubs in terms of sending all the documents. So Arsenal and Bologna are signing the contracts, and then Riccardo Calafiori is having his medical in London. Then he will travel to the US with the rest of the squad, with Mikel Arteta to sign the contract till 2029, no option. For further season, 4 million euros net per season, everything is okay, and so Calafiori, new Arsenal player. Arsenal will then focus on Mikel Merino. Remember that Arsenal are having conversations on both player side, and also they are prepared to attack the situation on club side as soon as they will complete all the formal part of the deal for Calafiori. So Arsenal will try to understand what happens with Real Sociedad in the next days. Meanwhile, they had contacts on player side, still no official bid to Real Sociedad. We know about the interest of Spanish clubs, Barcelona, Atletico, but Arsenal are preparing their move for Mikel Merino, who remains high on the list at the club. So after Calafiori, focus on the midfield. Let me clarify that Merino is not the only one, but is one of the names they considered. They had contacts on player side, and then we will see how the conversation will go with Real Sociedad. But in London has been a busy day, a busy Saturday for Chelsea. 2 exclusive news, 2 here we go for Chelsea. The first one is for the present. Philip Jorgensen, talented goalkeeper from Villarreal, wanted by Olympique Marseille in the list of several Saudi clubs also this summer. Inter considered him before signing Josep Martinez. He's going to Chelsea. Deal done for 24.5 million euros. Contract till 2031. Deal closed today between all parties involved. And so Philip Jorgensen will be new Chelsea goalkeeper in competition with Robert Sanchez. The expectation is for George Petrovic to leave the club to find a solution. Obviously, Petrovic wanted to stay at Chelsea, but Chelsea are going with a different strategy, and so let's see what's going to happen in terms of goalkeepers domino. But for sure, Chelsea are signing Philip Jorgensen next week. Time for travel, medical for Jorgensen, contract signing, and so new goalkeeper for Enzo Maresca, who strongly wanted the new goalkeeper able with distribution, and Jorgensen is believed to be one of the most talented in this specific skill. This is what Chelsea feel internally. And then, important to say that Chelsea have also closed, finally, a deal with Boca Juniors for Aaron Anselmino. I told you about this story for weeks, because this is one of the South American talents being monitored by Chelsea, being negotiated by Chelsea. They signed Willian Estevao, they signed Kendry Páez, they are in conversations, remember, for Gremio talent Gabriel Meck, conversations ongoing. Chelsea are working on this deal, and are working very hard for this talented boy from Gremio, but meanwhile, they finally closed the deal for Aaron Anselmino. There were some clauses to clarify with Boca Juniors. Now everything is okay. Anselmino will sign till 2031 at Chelsea. He will travel between Sunday and Monday to London. On Monday, medical for Aaron Anselmino, who is a centre-back, born in 2005, in the list also of Spanish and Italian clubs, but he decided to say yes to Chelsea already months ago. Now he's ready to travel. He will do his medical, he will take his picture, he will be unveiled as new Chelsea player, and then he will travel back to Buenos Aires, because he will still play for Boca Juniors at least until January, could be until the end of the season. So he will stay at Boca Juniors on loan, and then Chelsea in 2025, between January and the summer transfer window, will decide what they want to do with Aaron Anselmino. Meanwhile, they have closed the deal for this player. Also, Tottenham have closed deal in terms of outgoings is for Bryan Gil. One more exclusive story. Agreement done between Tottenham and Girona. Girona signed the player on loan, covering the salary of the player, but there will be a new contract for Bryan Gil at Tottenham with a release clause, 15 million euros. This clause will be available to sign Bryan Gil for Girona, but also for other clubs. So it will be an open clause. So for Girona could be the opportunity to sign the player on permanent terms, but for other clubs also to negotiate for Bryan Gil in 2025. So this is the agreement. Bryan Gil is ready to go to Girona. And then, guys, we have to say something on the saga of the summer. Nico Williams. I'm receiving many questions from you. Guys, the only thing we can do, to be completely honest with you, is to wait for Nico to pick up his phone and communicate to the clubs what he wants to do. What we can add today is, as we always told you, that Barcelona are just waiting for Nico to make his decision. Barcelona optimism is because they have a contract agreement ready in terms of salary, in terms of deal structure, in terms of everything with the agent of the player, but it's Nico who has to decide, together with his family, together with people close to him, what he wants to do. So Barca are waiting for Nico communication. This is not going to be super long, so his decision is expected very soon, but what's important to say is that Barca are still waiting for the communication from the player. This is the step they need, and this is why we can just wait and see what Nico will decide. Let me tell you, to add something, that when you see many reports about other clubs, all the big clubs in Europe, from Chelsea to Arsenal to Paris Saint-Germain, all of them called to understand the situation of Nico. And all of them have been told that we have to wait for Nico to decide what he wants to do. So all the clubs are on hold, waiting to see the decision of Nico. The club who advanced in terms of contract negotiation with the agent is Barcelona, but still waiting for Nico to make his decision. Let me clarify one more crucial point. Is about Athletic Bilbao, because what we are hearing in the last 48 hours is that internally Athletic Bilbao have already prepared a new contract proposal for Nico Williams in case he decides to stay. So if Nico will decide to continue at Athletic Bilbao, to play one more season there, to stay with his family, with his brother who also plays there, to play Europa League football at Athletic Bilbao, with the final in San Mamés. So if he decides to stay at Athletic Bilbao, they already prepared, despite extending his contract already a few months ago, a new deal for Nico Williams with a higher salary and changing the release clause conditions. So this is the possibility offered by Athletic Bilbao, but everything depends on Nico Williams now. What I can add to you is that meanwhile, Barca, even in the last 48 hours, despite waiting for the decision of Nico Williams, and we keep confirming that Barca will not activate any other deal until they close the story for Nico Williams. They keep the contacts active with the camp of Dani Olmo and also with Leipzig. So Barca had new contacts. As I told you, this weekend nothing final will happen for Dani Olmo. The future of Dani Olmo will not be decided this week or this weekend, but from next week we can enter into important stages because Barca are keeping the contacts active for Dani Olmo because they feel that Dani wants to go to Barcelona, that he's giving a priority to Barcelona, but they know that the financial agreement with Leipzig is not something that easy. So they want to be fast because in case the Nico deal doesn't happen, they want to be ready also with Dani Olmo. So this is what Barca are doing, waiting for Nico Williams to reply, meanwhile maintaining regular contacts with the agents of Dani Olmo and with Leipzig, waiting to see what's going to happen. Crucial hours for these players. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Jorgensen to Chelsea, Anselmino, let me know your opinion, but also Arsenal, Calafiori, Merino, and more to say, Nico Williams, Dani Olmo, let me know here in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fab. Ciao!